My name is Steve Dorazio. I'm from 50 on Red, which happens to be another sponsor. We're also an online advertising company, specializing in in-text, pops, search ads across multiple platforms. Don't blame us if you don't like our ads. Everyone's gonna monetize everything some way. So, and plus it kind of helped with the food and the beer and everything else. So, kind of wish this didn't look so bad, but we'll see what we can do. Let's see. Well, that's not helping. Come on. Yeah, I'm getting there.
The one inside the browser window.
If everyone shouts at the same time, it'll work better.
Down a little bit. See how the little blinker, there's a problem.
That's all I'm trying to get to. And I'm done. Thank you.
You used them all your time.
Oh. All right. So I'm here to talk about Blinker. Real fast, just because I really didn't pay attention in college. Typical pattern you see, publish, subscribe pattern. You know, publisher A sends message A out to a topic, and whoever's listening to it, whoever cares, gets message A. So really, what is Blinker? Blinker provides simple object-to-object and broadcasting signaling across Python objects. It's extremely lightweight, it's extremely flexible, extremely simple to use. So one of the biggest benefits with Blinker is decoupling. Blinker handles all the brokering events. Publishers don't need to know about subscribers and vice versa. Subscribers don't need to know about publishers. They don't really care. They just do what they're meant to do. And where decoupling kind of fits in, publishers don't really need to import the subscribers. And you know, we've all seen it in Python. Method level imports, tightly coupled code. It's really a dependency nightmare. We all try to get away from it, but no one really has all the answers. So, signals. Signals are our channels in which we notify, hey, this is what happened. This is what we're trying to do, and typically with Blinker, we namespace our signals to avoid collisions, some things that might collide with others. So, for example, if Flask didn't use a namespace and they had something for a user logged in, well, that might collide with your signal that says, hey, my user logged in. So there's a lot of different ways to connect to signals. You can use a decorator. You can call signal.connect via, where you actually specify which sender you're interested in, and you can check and see when, hey, are you actually subscribed to the signal, or is anyone actually listening? So back to Flask. Flask uses a lot of built-in signals. As you can see, we have a decent amount, fairly useful. And one of the use cases that I'd like to bring up was Sentry. I'm not sure how many people are familiar with Sentry. Great, one. Oh, thanks, Ivan. Sentry is basically an exception logging tool. Great website, doesn't scale well, as we found this week. Yeah, shame on us. But basically, anytime there was an exception, usually you just write out to a log. But maybe you want a little more than that, than the exception. Maybe you want to capture some context with it. And the way that we did that Sentry works in Flask uses a decorator, or the signal from Flask, got request exception. Simply subscribe to it. Anytime you get that exception, send it up to Sentry and capture anything else you want along with it. So at 50, we have a specific use case on where we decided that Blinker was the answer for us, and we were going to start using it. And that was when we started introducing user onboarding. So as part of our application, we wanted to track a bunch of different steps along the way and kind of funnel our users into a specific workflow to really help them kind of get set up and to alleviate some of the pain points with our account managers. So pretty simple stuff. Hey, did you submit your verification? Did you add a payment type? Did you fund your account before you actually started using our platform? So we had a couple different approaches we could have used. We could have spread that code across the way and checked different steps off and kind of pieced it all together. But instead, we decided to try something different, and that's where Blinker came in. So we decided to keep the onboarding model separate from the rest of the code and and start introducing signals. So hey, this user A added a payment type. Let's check off that step in the onboarding model. User B funded their account. Let's check off that step for them in the onboarding model. And rather than doing specific calls wherever that could happen in the code. Decoupled everything, and the code looks much cleaner. It's great. Thanks. So then we had our use case number 2, user alerts. We needed to maintain a list of events that occurred for a user, and hey, one of them happened to be that the user ran out of money. We all want to get paid, so we want to make sure that they know, hey, guess what? You got to pay us. So we reused that signal, and it's great. All of a sudden, we tied our code in. We didn't have to do any extra work in the funding model, and we still managed to alert the user that, hey, you still have to pay us. So it's great. All right. So let's do a quick demo. Enough talk. You guys came to see some code. I hope this doesn't blow up, but let's do a quick Blinker demo. So how many of you like to play craps? Personally, you think I work at 50 on red, you think I'd love to play roulette, but yeah, craps is my game. So we're going to create a quick namespace and a signal. All right, so every time we roll, I'm also a cheater, by the way, so I'm passing a cheat. All right. So we're going to roll 2 dice, pretty self-explanatory, nothing too crazy. Now with Blinker, you can only send one argument as a regular argument. The rest have to be sent as keyword arguments.
Command menu plus. Command shift plus.
Bigger, right?
Oh, that's better.
Command shift plus.
So we're going to define something real fast. Pretty self-explanatory. Most of you can't see that. Sorry, get over it. Get some glasses. Not my problem. I can see it just fine. So, all right. We could do also some other cool stuff like. This isn't going to really work too much, but so that's why we cheat. All right. There's a lot more to this, but apparently I don't know what 10 minutes actually looks like, so. The rest, if you actually care, we have a couple best practices. So always use namespaces, always accept keyword arguments, and whoever subscribed to the signals, it just makes it more flexible, a lot easier to use, and if people publishing to that topic or that signal decide to pass more data, you don't have to go hunting for who else is subscribing. It's great. And keep signal declarations at the highest point possible. Keep them independent of your code. It just makes your dependencies much cleaner. Obviously, we're not taking questions, but if any of you would like to actually be able to see the example and not just listen to me type, there's an example on our GitHub account, 50 on red /phillypug blinker, and that's it.